Hello, this is Patrick White from AA Commodities and Investments from Spencer, Iowa, with your Wednesday, February 13th edition of the Market Recap. So going on into the close here, we had corn up a half a cent here at 378 and 3/4. We had March soybeans down 1 at 916 and a half, and March Chicago wheat up 2 1/4 at 522 1/4. Start off here with a disclaimer. Just remember that everything that I say is not a trade recommendation. It's just my opinion. If you would like to read the full disclaimer, please pause the video now. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into the charts here, guys. We got first one up here, March corn. Pretty good supportive action here in these last couple of days. We got our bounce off this 373 level and broke through that 376 and a half. So we are back in the range here. So I would expect good support here between 376 and resistance around that 380 to 382 level in there. But yeah, certainly some good news came out about the E15 year round. The EPA is coming out with rules on that, and then just general buying on the hopes of corn purchases in the trade talks here as they go through in Beijing. So higher level talks happening. Well, as we speak, I guess the first press conference is going to be tomorrow. So kind of the same thing here in the March soybean chart. We went down and we tagged that trend line right there at 903. Yeah, reversed off that pretty hard there. We've been seeing resistance here at 920. I think we're going to go back up here and test the old 925 kind of resistance zone in there, but certainly stay in bid here on the higher level talks coming out of Beijing here this week. They might move the trade deadline back from March 1st, but we'll see. I think no matter what happens, I think when they do end up getting it done, whenever they do, it'll be a big deal. There should be a good size move in the market here if China commits to their to getting the trade deficit down with the U.S. But on Chicago wheat here, again, still kind of in a range here between the 512 area and 528. So we went down, we tested the 512, 513 area in March Chicago wheat. And now we're kind of on our way back up here, going on up to 528. So I'm looking at that 528 level as some pretty strong resistance here. I guess the Russians are still pretty low on stocks, and that's been driving their domestic prices higher, although they have tailed off a little bit here today. But overall, I think Russia's finally out of wheat here. I think the U.S. could pick up some more business, and I think that's what they're trying to price in here with these last 4 days higher. So just caught between 512 and 528 in the range on Chicago wheat. So jumping on in here to the cattle market. Went up, got to close above the 128 level and failed here. So we closed today at 127 or 126.97, down 90 cents. I would look for your first support to be in there at that 126.5 mark, and then on down to 125.80. Certainly not what you want to see here. Just no follow through really from this new high. So I think we're going to continue to be in a range bound market here in April live cattle between 125.80 and 129.5. So the most interesting chart is the April lean hogs chart. Went down to this 58.30 mark, and that corresponds with the July and August lows here, and we bounced off of that pretty good. However, we're not getting the close near the highs. Like yesterday, for example, the high was 61.32, but yet the close is only 60.32, so a full $1 off the highs. So that tells you that really we're going in here just for some more chop. I'd be looking I'm looking for a chop between this 58.30 level and 61.80 or so. I think we'll chop in this range before we go on and head higher. I don't see any real confirmation of this this whole down move turning around here quite yet, but it looks like we found some interim support here. So I'm looking for some choppy supportive type action in the hogs. One more thing here, kind of a bright spot for soybeans, really. The meal market has came back ever since we broke that 310, that interim range low, broke down into there. Soybeans really had a really tough time, went down, tested the, on this day, February 11th, when meal went down to 305. That's when March soybeans were testing their 903 trend line there. So got a flush pop above there. This closed over 310. Today we closed in March meal at 310.10. So that close above there means that we should go on and make our channel continue our range here between 310 and 316. A breakout above 316 is very good news for soybeans, in my opinion. And even, I guess, meal was higher because soybean oil was lower here. I guess palm oil has been, kind of in a short supply here, so that's really been dragging bean oil higher. But just in recent days, they've kind of backed off here. So kind of interesting just from a chart perspective. We've still got that 31 high intact here for March soybean oil. Blew the 350 support, so now we'd be looking at that 29.75 region to 29.50 for support in there. So that's about all I got here today. I do send out a daily newsletter to my guys. It comes out every morning at 6 a.m. And I also have the Advantage Alert system, which are these rallies here, these little ellipses. And they just give producers just a good opportunity just to market on those rallies. So if you'd like to get that, feel free to sign up for the newsletter, and I'll get you on the Advantage Alert sign up as well. And feel free to check out our other services and things on the website as well. So hope you guys get a lot done today. I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you.